Wednesday morning. I'm about a half an hour into my second day. Just left Kansas City. I'm in Kansas. I didn't get a shot of the sign or anything, but it was a little tough to do because I was in traffic and whatnot. Just a couple of reflections on last night. Beautiful stadium. Kauffman Stadium is awesome. It's really gorgeous. It's almost more of an event venue than a pure baseball stadium. Although I think it really serves the baseball spirit and in certain ways better than Target Field. But Target Field is so condensed. There's not a whole lot of opportunities for really cool, like, I'll just say this. I mean, there's fountains in the outfield. Those are really cool. I mean, it's probably something really simple to view, complex to make work, but has a nice touch. They actually have a Hall of Fame in the stadium. I don't think the Twins have that. I mean, they've got a little wing of center field is basically just a Hall of Fame. You got old jerseys and gloves and just through the history of the Royals and stuff like that. And, bronze statues out in right. There are 3 Hall of Fame players. There's a lot of cool stuff that most stadiums I've been to have, you know, kind of still serving the baseball gods. But just a really beautiful stadium. My seats that I ended up finally getting were really good. I mean, I've never sat so close to a ball field unless it was 4-H softball. But anyways, it was really fun to watch from that perspective. Probably not my favorite seats of all time. I've had better vantage points. But it was really fun to be down that close. I was sitting in the scouting section, so everybody around me works in baseball, except for on my right there was a family of 5, but everybody else they were talking inside baseball stuff, and overheard one guy saying, I can't remember the player's name now off the top of my head, but talking about how he had faced him in AAA and that kind of stuff. And I was sitting just behind and to the right of a Hall of Fame scout for the Kansas City Royals. I saw him in the Hall of Fame, the Kansas City Royals Hall of Fame, being the only non-player recognized as being in the Kansas City Hall of Fame, or that I noticed anyway. And then a scout from Cincinnati Reds as well, both of them wearing World Series rings, which is really cool. I never really been that close to World Series ring before. But at the end of the game, I kind of sat there and you know, they're sitting there with their radar guns and everything else, and their briefcases and their score sheets, which were cool to see because they're a little more complex than the regular score sheets. But so at the end of the game, the one guy's standing up, and the Royals guy is kind of putting his stuff in his metal briefcase. And they're kind of chatting, and I say, you know, gentlemen, do you mind if I ask what your rings are from? And they look like they've been asked that question a couple million times. And he just said, you know, the one guy said, well, mine's World Series ring for the Reds. Well, he actually first he deferred to the Royals scout, and he said, well, his is a World Series ring, Kansas City. And I was like, oh, really? 85, huh? And he's like, yep. And then he said, yeah, and mine's Cincinnati. I was like, oh, that's great. And he's like, yep, 1990. And I'm like, really, I thought it was cool to kind of be around these guys that have been in baseball for so long, and I wish I would have struck up a conversation earlier. But I did spend a lot of time walking around the stadium because I didn't really get a chance to get there until right before the game, and I knew, there was a time I wouldn't be able to walk around the stadium. So I spent the middle innings kind of checking out the stadium, getting some food, that kind of thing. But overall, I thought it was a pretty amazing venue for a ball game, and really as an event. And it's telling because, or I should say, the attendance is telling. That's how enjoyable it was, because you've got a hometown club that's pushing 100 losses, and you still have attendance like that. Most of the lower deck was full, and people were cheering heartily. It was almost the polar opposite to my experience at Wrigley, where I really felt like just about every person in that stadium was there to see a ball game. Whereas at Wrigley, I felt like they were there to network. They were there to chat with business associates or clients. And last night, I really felt like everybody was there. There were a lot of kids, a lot of families. They were there to watch a ball game in the great outdoors and have some fun. And everybody had a jersey on. Everybody was wearing colors. It was really fun to see. I would say 34% Twins fans too, which was really cool. I knew we traveled well down there, or at least I represented well. But I saw it firsthand. A lot Twins fans, which was very cool. So I probably rambled enough about that. Mile 200 right now, 35 south, mile 200 on the interstate. I got 497 miles to go to my destination, which is Frisco, Texas, the Akita store there, where Nikki is slaving away right now, and estimated 7 hours and 43 minutes. And I noticed last night this doesn't focus in too well, so hopefully that reads, but I'm at 469 miles, or 469.1 miles on my journey overall. Let's see if it gives me 6 hours, 56 minutes, and 30 seconds drive time on the trip so far. I was at 36.1 average economy, now I'm at 36.0, but I have a feeling with all this highway travel today that will go up. But I am on the road to Wellsville, no kidding. So anyways, that's the update for now. We'll see if I have anything good to say later, but that hasn't stopped me before, the dearth of good to say. So, okay, until next time, that's 2.1. Second day, first segment, first installment. All right, until next time, bye.